Passionate Living with Kat Miller is brought to you by Healthy Communities 2030. For more information, go to creatinghealthycommunities.org.
Welcome to Passionate Living. On our first show, our maiden voyage, very first Passionate Living show, I brought on some very special guests today that I'm looking forward to sharing with you, our viewing audience. And I have somebody very special with me who's hiding behind me here. Chair. This is Rosina Miller. She is my niece. And in relation to the show, what do you do, Rosina?
Everything. I produce it, check the volumes, hair and makeup, set design.
Everything. So. She's my go-to here for Passionate Living. All right, so on to our first episode of Passionate Living, right, Rosina?
Yes.
First, I want to introduce two amazing women, Sandy and Emily Shoellkopf, and you have a company, Pretty, which is natural makeup line, which I love. I love everything natural. And I know your product is really, really special. And I just first want you to tell me a little bit about your passion, about what you're doing.
So we decided to start our own makeup line, but we wanted it to be very special. So, we talked back and forth of different ideas. My undergraduate degree is from Cornell, so I went to experts from the Cornell School of Agriculture and had very long conversations about really what is the best product that should be incorporated into cosmetics. And after a lot of back and forth, they said Calendula officinalis flower oil, it's been used holistically for hundreds of years, has many benefits to it, and tightens the skin, improves hydration, very anti-aging. As it turns out, we focused on this. We filed our patent applications for all of our makeup in 2018. Interestingly, I looked at our patent application right after the pandemic started, and in the FDA study that is cited for Calendula, it also cites that it has antiviral properties, and it was
wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know that obviously in 2018.
That's amazing. So not only is the makeup natural, where you're not putting chemicals into your skin and all of that, but
that's right.
It's actually helping you.
That's right. And so we're made in the USA. We're female owned. We're paraben free, cruelty free, and we're all about female empowerment.
I want to ask you, speaking of the pandemic, how are you staying calm and centered during this time?
I love building our social media with new content. It's so much fun, and I've gotten so many other people involved with our social media now that it's just almost an Pretty community, it feels like, where we all just love to try new looks. And I've just been getting so many ideas for future products.
Right when everything started, we're like, we need to figure out a pivot plan and how are we going to handle this situation. And so, we decided there's so much stress going on right now. Let's make things fun and lighten it up for people. So we have been running contest after contest after contest. We've given away so much product, and it's fun because people get so excited. People, love to win something. So we've been very generous that way in just giving a lot of our product out, spreading the word about Pretty so people know that, we're a Buffalo-born company giving back to the community. So that's been a lot of fun.
I love that. That's great. Yeah, to have something you work on that you care about. I think that's one of the messages, if we could share with the audience, is to focus on things you love doing, to focus on making a difference in the world around you. And it does distract you from the stress and everything that's happening around us right now, these times of uncertainty, because what we can be certain of, in your case, is your product. You're doing something you love, you're putting something out there that is helping the community, and there's nothing better than that.
I agree
completely. This is the Romance Palette.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about, Sandy.
Yeah, this is our #1 selling palette.
It's beautiful. I love the shades.
Yeah, this is the color Love.
Ooh, that's right up my alley. My ringtone is All You Need Is Love.
Yeah, this is one of our also bestsellers. This is my favorite color. That's why I named it Love, because I love it.
Those are my favorite colors too. I love those burnt.
The pinky, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So a funny story. So Love and the lipstick named BB go back and forth day by day, which one is the #1 seller. And BB is named after my mother. It's what all children
Sweet.
call her. So my mom will call me up on a daily basis saying, "Well, am I still #1?" And I'll be like, went down in thought today, but there's always tomorrow. So
I love it. Well, tell her that your nickname for her is Love. And then that way she's
Perfect.
She's on top both days, right?
you are a quick thinker. I love the way you think. Absolutely.
Now, I just want to say real quick, you were telling me about the pigmentation in the eyeshadows. That's one of the things I miss most in natural makeups is I don't get that, but you say it's very pigmented.
Yes, so that I completely agree with you. And anytime I have used natural makeup, it barely goes on my skin.
Yeah.
And it feels like the big name brands just have their formulas down, but they're also not as natural. So we really have spent months and months formulating our products, and I believe they couldn't be better.
And you'll love the mascara. So it has calendula in it too, but it also has fibers in it. So it gives you the look of eyelash extensions without having the eyelash extensions.
Wow.
You're not doing fake eyelashes or anything like that. It has little fibers with the calendula in it. So that's super cool. I'm just so excited for you to try the products.
Oh, that's great because, that's another thing on a lot of the natural, lashes. It's just that it doesn't stay on very long.
Right.
Like a couple hours after I have it on, I look at my eyes and I feel like I don't have anything on anymore.
Right.
And it definitely doesn't extend my lashes.
Yeah.
And so, oh, wow. I am so over the top excited. I can't wait to try this.
Oh, good. Thank you for
so
giving us this
much.
opportunity. This has been such a pleasure.
And thank you for playing with me today. I love this. I love people who are living their passions because they are so fun to be around. It lifts your energy to be around anyone who's doing what they came here to do in life.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Kat.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Western New York, did you know that Erie and Niagara counties are some of the least healthy in all of New York State?
So we've launched Healthy Communities 2030 to help empower our Buffalo Niagara region to be healthier.
Thank you, Lucy and Michaela. If you want to be part of Healthy Communities 2030 as a partner or a sponsor, please visit creatinghealthycommunities.org.
Healthy Communities 2030. Give us a call, 716-851-4052.
My next guest has become a dear friend of mine through the years. I love his work from the moment I read Celestine Prophecy a few years ago now. It just touched my heart so deeply. It resonated at such a powerful level. And I have so many friends in my community that say the exact same thing, that it just touched their hearts so deeply. And for a lot of people, put them on their path of spirituality in the beginning. And I would love to introduce you now to James Redfield. James, where are you at today? You're in Alabama.
I am in Alabama. I am. Yeah, it's not locked down, but I'm in seclusion. Let's
Just a little backstory on Celestine Prophecy.
I was a psychotherapist and working with challenged teenagers, which was a great laboratory to look at human growth, and that's what I was interested in, and also interested in spirituality. Right. Which is very interesting because everybody has an opinion about it, and but the first book was really about how to experience, and what happens when we do find the higher experiences of spirituality. And there's actually quite a lot of science study about that, what these experiences are. Every religion highlights a certain aspect, but from a psychological point of view, from just a everyday person point of view, I think we're pretty clear about what the basic experiences of spirituality are. It's not just whether you believe or not. That's
Right.
just a mental question. It's whether you experience the evidence for belief. And that
Right.
is the one that I highlighted that was most popular in the first novel, is the experience of synchronicity, which means the experience of meaningful coincidences, these chance events, so-called chance events that we know that bring us, the job of our dreams, or the love of our dreams, or that all the breakthrough moments in life. If someone had been late to that crossroads, would it have
Right.
happened the same way? So there's a kind of hand of fate, the kind of divine hand that can be experienced.
I had been trying to reach you about something, and you had just called me back. And just at that moment, I think it came up that Tim McGraw said his favorite book is Celestine Prophecy.
Right.
Just at the moment you were calling me, it just always fits. It's true. Those little synchronicities, those little moments where it's an affirmation.
It's interesting that, we can talk about the experience of having these mysterious coincidences in life, and how we can actually intend and kind of prayerfully intend to have more of those, and get those really coming in around the dreams that we want to manifest in our lives. And that's where it becomes very interesting, because belief and faith apply, and then all of a sudden we have this help, and the answer to any atheist is synchronicity. Because if we get this help, these mysterious coincidences that open a door, that give us information to solve a problem at just the right moment, if those are real, then of course we live in a spiritual world.
James, I just want to ask you a question about everything that's going on in the world now. Obviously, so many of us have been on a lockdown, so to speak. It's a time of going within, going in our houses, and really unplugging a lot from the day to day. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Everybody's on the internet more. Everybody's reaching out to their friends. Everybody's having to be virtual with in this world where we're suddenly our freedom of movement is restricted. So, and all of a sudden, I believe that we have this experience of being alone with ourselves so much, and being centered in ourselves is really conducive to asking the large questions, and especially when the issue is a pandemic. It's the large questions. Well, what is life really about? Have I paid enough attention to spirituality? Is there a secret to have how to have a happier life, a life that's more fulfilling? That's what I've put in my 4 novels now. Yes, we don't have to just wait for the end to find out. We can explore spirituality right now.
Now, James, I want to thank you so much for being here today, for being on the show, for bringing us that beautiful wisdom of yours to help us through this time. And I just really appreciate it. I want to just ask you one last question. What is it that you're working on now? What's in the mix? What do you do? You're always doing something.
Right.
You're always up to something.
Since we're all doing everything virtual, we're on our website, celestinevision.com.
Okay.
We're crafting and building out an internet community based on the insights of the Celestine prophecy books. So it's a learning community where we'll have, it's set up a lot like Facebook, where you choose your friends and you follow discussions in numerous categories about growth, about dealing with relationships, all the problems, dealing with this lockdown, dealing with, what's your dream.
Oh, thank you so very, very much.
Well, that was fun.
It was fun. That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice having you be the one to interview.
I know. It's an exchange.
Hey, Western New York, did you know that Erie and Niagara counties are some of the least healthy in all of New York State?
So we've launched Healthy Communities 2030 to help empower our Buffalo Niagara region to be healthier.
Thank you, Lucy and Michaela. If you want to be part of Healthy Communities 2030 as a partner or a sponsor, please visit creatinghealthycommunities.org.
Healthy Communities 2030. Give us a call, 716-851-4052.
Bryce is my soul son out in Santa Barbara, California. And I saw a video on your dad's post the other day, and it just blew me away. You are one of the most passionate souls I have ever met, and creative in like the ingenuity that just pours out of every cell in your body is like mind-boggling.
My two favorite things in the world are biking and surfing. And so one day when I was on all these seizure drugs, just hit me, like a surfboard that you steer like a bicycle. I gotta make it. And so I did. I made it, and it turned out pretty cool. And I had a lot of fun making it and writing it.
Oh my God, it blew my mind. It is the most amazing video, and I want to show everybody now and take a look. And I might have one more question for you after we see it.
All right. So I love this, but I also love this. Combine love and love? That's love squared. Let's do it.
Crappy old surfboard? Check. Prototype? Done. Put the lid. Design. Sleep. Start over. Design again.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Done. Count pieces.
1, 2, 3.
Order all of it. And buy it. Then, patiently wait for your order to arrive. Parts are here.
It's time to build.
T minus 7 seconds.
Fix engine.
Done with the glue.
T minus 7
Crap.
seconds.
Sicker than a surfboard. Surf, sickle, surf, sickle, surf, sickle, surf, surf. It's cooler than an icicle. Yeah, I could be the cure for corona. Sickle, surf, sickle, surf, sickle, surf.
I'm here with my athletes. They're gonna help me test the surf sickle. Oh my God! Yeah!
Surf sickle, surf sickle, surf sickle, surf sickle. Professional athletes are over here warming up, doing their darndest to get prepared for this epic moment. How do you feel as someone about to ride the surf sickle for the first time?
You know, I've been waiting my whole life for this moment.
Always remember to wax your surf sickle. We're ready to go!
Dude, this is it, this is it, this is it! This is totally gonna work! Dude, that was pretty good.
All right, stood up.
I feel like, Get it, get it, get it! Go! Yeah! Dude, that was easy! It's epic!
Bryce, that was so amazing. I want you to tell me, would you do this surf sickle? Is this like a new thing for you? How did it turn out?
It turned out pretty well.
You're gonna do it again? Is this like your new favorite thing, combining the two favorites, or do you still like biking and surfing separately?
I think I might do them separately for a little while, but maybe I'll give it an upgrade, and who knows?
No, you'll have to send us that when you get it.
I will make sure to send it. Definitely.
I love you.
Love you. Bye, Kat.
Bye, Bryce. My next guest is a very, very dear friend of mine. He has an awesome yoga studio right in Williamsville at the Georgetown Plaza called Rising Sun. And Michael is going to show us a few moves tonight. If you don't do anything in yoga, if you don't even stretch, he's going to share a few things that we can do every morning, maybe in the evening, just to keep yourself centered and feeling a lot more healthy, especially during this time of being indoors more. And I want to introduce Michael Sutton. Michael, welcome to Passionate Living.
Hi, Kat. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Now, Michael, I was wondering if you could share a little bit about your studio. Tell me, it's in the Georgetown Plaza.
Georgetown Square Plaza in Williamsville. It's right at the corner of Sheridan and Evans. And I've been there for 10 years this month.
Wow, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
You've been doing yoga classes online. I caught you on Facebook one day and I was like, oh, cool. That's so great. You're still allowing people to do their home practice and helping to encourage that.
Within the first week, we started going online, my teachers and myself. And so we have, I think, 16 or 18 classes a week.
Wow. Still
online. And it's going well. Attendance is obviously down because people want to be together in community. People want to be at the studio, but it's just not happening right now. So we're doing what we can.
Could you maybe start us with a couple of moves today, just a few things that, again, if somebody can't do anything but a few moves in the morning, a few stretches, what is the most important ones that you think, especially now, this time of stress, everybody's, I mean, even if we're not feeling overt stress, it's there, that underlying stress of everything going on in the world around us. I feel it, and I know a lot of people in our audience do. What would you suggest? Is there anything you could show us?
Yeah, and however, it's also more than just physical movement. One thing I would suggest is don't watch the news.
Yeah.
If you want to be anxiety ridden, turn that TV on and watch the news. But in yoga, there's a number of classifications of poses. There are poses known as anti-anxiety poses, and there's poses known as antidepressive poses. So one of the things you can do in the morning before you even get out of bed is get a pulse on what you're feeling and how you're feeling. So if you're feeling anxious, then you want to do forward bends. So I'm sitting in a chair and I'm going to do something really simple here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to bring my knees in. This is a forward bend. So if I was standing up, I'd be bending forward.
I got it.
This is anti-anxiety, anti-stress. This helps to bring you down. If you're feeling depressed, you do a back bend. So for many people who do not stand up straight in the first place, just standing up straight or sitting up straight and lifting your sternum opens up your heart.
Right.
Now, one of the things that we know is if you're depressed, it depends on the level, but if you're depressed, you don't want to open up your heart. You want to do this.
Right.
Right? So in yoga, I'm going to move my chair out of the way and hopefully you can see what I'm going to do. Okay. One of the things you can do that'll take care of anxiety and stress is you come into a forward bend for your anti-anxiety. Then you lift up halfway for anti-depression.
Okay.
Then you come back down again. I'll turn to the side.
All right.
And this is you feel coddled when you're like this.
Right.
Then you lift up halfway. Then you try to back bend. That's antidepressant. So you know yoga poses. I know you do because I know you. When you go into Cobra,
right,
you're doing just that. You're coming down, You can be straight arm, which is probably easier if you don't have the muscles, or you can be down here.
Okay.
And if you're on the ground, you can go back into child's pose. Can you see me? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go back into child's pose. This is anti-anxiety.
That's a very comforting pose. I love child's pose. Sometimes, and when you're in a yoga class, that's one of the things that I've heard you tell students, that if you can't do a pose, just go into child pose. Just
That's
just
the default.
go in. Just don't feel that stress. Don't feel that anxiety. You know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Michael, so much for showing us those moves. It's going to help so much, and I really appreciate you being on the show. I'm going to look for you. Where can people go to see classes or get classes before the opening?
RisingSunYoga.com is the website.
Thank you so much, Michael, for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kat. Good seeing you.
Nice seeing you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today with Passionate Living. And if you would like more information or to see longer interviews of our guests that we had on the show today, please join us at passionateliving.com. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday nights, and we want to hear your feedback and ideas for our show. So please reach out again at passionateliving.com, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Passionate Living with Kat Miller was brought to you by Healthy Communities 2030. For more information, go to creatinghealthycommunities.org.